you scored pretty good. So you have potential of plenty to play in both.
Hello, my fellow audiences. Welcome everybody to Ivan Vlogs Part 16. As you can see, I'm at my school again because this is the parent-teacher evening and I've thought of doing this video again. So, as mentioned in the intro, that was Mr. Cardinal, the grade 9 homeroom teacher, and his room number is 101. And now I'm planning to to have the teachers gather around or anything like that. Yeah, it's just I have thought of doing it again for a very long time. So, you know what? Let's look at some teachers. Get some teachers and do some random stuff. Alright, and so now we have the teachers whose room number is 102. His name is Mr. Cha. He's a social studies teacher, and I usually consider him as a vice principal because he always gives out the rule to the students.
That's more because it's a discipline committee. So we're going to make sure the students follow some rules so that to ensure the safety and the good learning environment for all students.
Well, next one is 104 in a science lab. All right, now we're in the science laboratory. 104. This is Mr. David Lee, math renewal teacher and science lab supervisor.
Just an activation.
Supervisor. All right, now we're at 106. 106. This right here is Mr. Watts. Grade 12 homeroom teacher. Even though we haven't met before, but I'm gonna make the scene with him anyway. So yeah, Mr. Watts, how does it feel like when feel like leading your students or anything?
How does it feel what, sir?
How does it feel like while you're leading your students in your classes?
When I'm leading them?
Like teaching them the comparison, grammar, and all these things.
I see. Okay. Well, there's different challenging parts of that. What's really exciting is getting to know each student and letting them express themselves and letting them explore through some of the books that we're reading, some of the ideas that we discuss. Some of the books, for example, in grade 12, are quite challenging for them. The book we're reading right now is Brave New World.
Brave New World.
So I'm not sure if you're familiar with this book, but it's a dystopian society where everything is, all the people are made in test tubes.
Here we go. Here in 201, this is Miss Jack Dev. 201, grade 10 homeroom teacher. Grade 10 homeroom teacher. And for one of she's marked as the head of science. I don't know. And you might have seen her previously mentioned in Ivan Vlogs parts 3, 4, and 5. So how's your new grade 10s, Miss Jagdev?
They are lovely students and everything is wonderful.
Wow, an overdue video. This is Debbie from Denmark speaking. Ivan is too lazy to finish this off because he stutters, and stuttering cannot be cured. So let me finish this off for him. When Ivan went into Mrs. Yu's classroom, which is 202, by the way, Mrs. Yu is the grade 7 homeroom teacher. Ivan talked about how his economic classes are going, so Ivan sees that economics is interesting and challenging at the same time. Then we have Mr. Sean Lee. He asked Ivan to film him, and they talked about what is required before stepping into campus, which is by doing a COVID rapid antigen test, and students in Ivan's school are required to do that daily. At Mrs. Fly's classroom 203B, Ivan spoke in Mandarin with Mrs. Fly, talking about how the Chinese class is going so far. While Ivan talked about his experiences during homeroom time and what usually happens whenever it's the beginning of the school day with Mrs. Santanandan, grade 204, the grade 11 homeroom teacher. also known as Ivan's homeroom teacher. When Ivan approached Mrs. Cheng, the art teacher in room 206, Ivan showcased his art of one of his letters of his language he developed on Discord. And finally, Ivan concluded the vlog with Mrs. Balsa, room 401, the grade 8 homeroom teacher. He concluded the vlog with a topic related to SAT and the content inside the SAT papers. And this is it for this vlog. Smash the like button for Ivan Vlogs Part 17, but not with baseball bat. Please!